If Jane Fonda can claim that the China flu virus was a gift from God, and the New York mayor can claim that the China flu shot was a gift from God, then we certainly can claim that Tony Heller is a gift from God, especially since several high-tech industries officially honored him as the Debug God. Here is Tony in his own words.
Some computer models are extremely valuable and others are completely useless. I'm going to talk now a little bit about my modeling experience and then explain why it's important. I've worked with and developed computer models for most of the last 40 years. The first modeling I did was modeling heat flow around geothermal energy sources in New Mexico at Los Alamos National Laboratories. Then I did modeling at Los Alamos Labs of fracturing of oil shales. The most fun modeling I did at Los Alamos, though, wasn't computer models. It was actual physical models of volcanoes where we got to blow things up at a high explosives testing facility. I've got lots of good stories to tell about that. My next modeling job was modeling groundwater flow around the Department of Energy's nuclear waste site in southeastern New Mexico. I've done software development on climate and weather models for the National Center for Atmospheric Research here in Boulder, Colorado. I was hired by NCAR to find ways to make their climate models run faster, so I know quite a bit about how they work. I did the same thing for NCAR's weather models, and I also ported their weather models over from Linux to Windows. The point being that I'm talking about a field which I'm somewhat familiar with. I worked for many years as a microprocessor designer for companies like Intel, Motorola, IBM, Apple, STMicroelectronics, Cyrex, National Semiconductor, and even founded a microprocessor startup with a few colleagues. There's a pretty high probability that I helped design the brain of your computer and your game console. My specialty was writing computer models to test performance and to flesh out errors in the designs. I was given this award by IBM, Apple, and Motorola. The PowerPC 604 RISC microprocessor, made functional by Tony Debug God Heller. But I couldn't have done this without computer models, couldn't even have come close. I also helped design the world's first 2 billion transistor microprocessor at Intel. Modern electronics could not be designed without computer models. But not all models are equal. You can't model something unless you can explain it. Climate models cannot explain the extreme heat, drought, and famine of 1878. They can't even come close. Climate models can't explain the heat wave of 1896, 1901, 1911, 1913, 1916, 1918, 1921, 1927, 1930, 1931, 1934, 1936, 1954, 1980, or any others. Climate models are academic toys which can't explain the past and certainly can't predict the future.